Yes. Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Podcast vs. Player, episode 34. I'm Cal, and as always, I'm joined by a man who once threw a camera at a child. The poor little guy still has flashbacks. It's only Dan.
When you need podcasts, you know who to call. Cal Povey!
Is that our new Teen Titan podcast intro?
Pretty much.
I love it. We need to write some more. Again.
Again, yeah. How you doing, Callum?
I'm alright, I'm old now.
Yeah, Callum's birthday yesterday. All presents should be sent to Callum's postal address. Details on the website, I'm sure.
Yeah, they'll be in the description. But no, and my present for Dan from Dan came, and it's some awesome Teen Titans Go figures, which was quite appropriate for that little intro, actually.
Yeah.
So they're really awesome.
All about Teen Titans Go at the moment.
But I'm the big 1/7.
You wish.
I wish. Yeah, clocking on 30 now, Dan. It's getting slightly depressing.
Yeah, well, the fact that it's just yours has still made me depressed, because then it just thinks, Christ, by this time next year, I'm going to be a little bit closer to you.
Yeah.
You'll be nearly dead by then.
Probably, if not already. Well, no, on top of the birthday news, because I don't really want to talk about my birthday because it's depressing, I actually have some real news, which you've all probably seen and heard already, but we're going to go through it because that's how we roll. Do you want to start this one, Dan? Or shall I start it? Because for once, you actually know the news.
I actually know the news, yeah. Well, basically, Marvel have announced 9 new movies and release years that they are all going to be out. So it's looking pretty impressive at the moment. We've obviously got Age of Ultron's going to be coming out next year. But then they've announced a new 2-parter Avengers film called Infinity War, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Captain America Civil War, which is a little strange because I'd assumed it would have just been Marvel Civil War.
Well, I think it's
America.
going to be the start of the Civil War. I don't think Captain America 3 is going to be the Civil War film. I think it's going to be the events
build up for
leading up to the Civil War.
Fair enough, yeah. We've also got Black Panther. An actual Black Panther film has been announced. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
After all this time.
It was rumoured like 4 years ago. So I'm glad they followed through with it, to be honest.
Well, it makes a fucking change.
Have you seen who has been cast as Black Panther, though?
I did see a picture of him, but I don't know his name.
Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, yeah.
I know nothing about him.
No, me either. That's fine.
But Black Panther's cool, though.
Yeah, I quite like
I do like Black Panther.
Nice jungle film, should be alright.
I wonder if they are going to make the reference to him being married to Storm.
Oh,
because obviously Fox own the
that's
X-Men.
Yeah, that's tying it up, and then they'd have to get Halle Berry in.
Well, not necessarily Halle Berry.
Well, true, but if they got anyone else, people would just be like, who the fuck's this?
I'll be honest, I don't think anyone remembers Halle Berry's Storm anyway.
Well, it depends. She's got 2 different hairstyles. She talks completely differently. Fucking take your pick.
You know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
We don't talk about that. Anyway, going on from that, we've also got Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange was obviously referenced in Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
But there is a rumour, actually, that it's going to be Benedict Cumberbatch who's going to be playing Doctor Strange. That I love. I definitely like to see it.
I really wanted Jared Leto.
He's fine, but I don't know, I just prefer Benedict Cumberbatch's acting style, I reckon. Obviously, I prefer him sort of like in Khan and in Sherlock and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm completely happy with that. I wouldn't go...
It's not a bad choice at all, but I would have had no qualms if they'd have kept with the... I mean, I know he wasn't cast, but he was... There was Jared Leto and quite a few others. Not Benedict. I don't think he was on the list, but quite a few rumoured to be up for the role.
Yeah.
And out of all
I think
ones,
he's kind of the unofficial favourite, really, at the moment.
Who? Benedict?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would surprise me if he doesn't get it. But like I said, I'd be really happy with Jared Leto.
Yeah, I mean, he's done quite a few Hollywood films, but obviously playing Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness kind of sealed it as, you know, he could play a really good baddie.
He could be a bastard.
Yeah. So I think it sort of set his standards quite high. So that's quite good. Doctor Strange, looking forward to that. There's a new Thor, which is going to be about as interesting as anything compared to Captain America's Civil War. But Thor Ragnarok.
I think it's going to be like the Dark World was, where it looked amazing, and you thought, all right, they actually got. I mean, Thor was doing really well in the Avengers, and I thought, right, after the shit turd that was the Thor film, they've nailed Thor now. And then Dark World looked amazing, and then it was a bag of wank.
I tell you what it is. I tell you why I don't like the Thor films. I think Chris Hemsworth does a brilliant job. I think he's an excellent Thor character. He can act it really well. He's got the look. He's got the build and stuff. It's everyone else who's in the film.
See, I don't think Thor as a character. I mean, a lot of people disagree, but personally, I don't think Thor can carry a film on his own.
No, I agree. Unless he's in Asgard exclusively, and there's lots of other interesting characters. Yeah, if he's just on Earth with his missus, well, who the fuck cares about that?
The opening scene for the first Thor film was brilliant. I loved it.
When they were all on, what's it called? The Frost Giant World.
Wherever it is. It was really good, and it was really well done. And then from there, it just went downhill. Whereas in the Avengers, because he was a lead role, obviously, but because he could bounce off other characters like Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo, etc., it worked really well.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just the normal civilian human element of the film kind of ruins it usually. Where obviously the Avengers, they're all kind of more than just human.
Yeah.
Well, obviously some of them aren't, but you know, they're not perceived as just being a normal guy who's in a metal suit. You know, he's above everyone else. That's how good he is. And that works, which is why the Thor films, because he's usually the kind of the only focus really, apart from Loki pops up. And then obviously he's baddie at the time. The Destroyer in the first one didn't even talk. And then the second one was Christopher Eccleston, which was alright, but it was, I don't know, I just didn't like the whole thing. It was a good film. I certainly enjoyed it more than the first one, but it's not even as good as Iron Man 1, for Christ's sake, and that's nearly 10 years old.
Yeah. I actually watched that not long ago.
It's still
for the first time in years.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's still enjoyable.
Yeah, but Thor Ragnarok, I don't know as to what the story's really going to focus around on that. Probably some sort of aftermath of the Avengers 2, probably.
Possibly, yeah.
But still something I'm not remotely interested in particularly. Black Panther, Doctor Strange, certainly more interested in. And then, other than that, we've got Captain Marvel. And no, that's not Shazam, before anyone thinks. This is still a Marvel Captain Marvel.
Yeah, this is still Marvel's Phase 3.
Yeah. We've also got something called Inhumans, which is going to be in 2018. Now that I don't know anything about, so that's a new one on me. So
I would say the Inhumans would work. Personally, I think it would work better as a TV series, but it's still not massively amazing. I'm not too bothered about it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, it's something I want to sort of learn about. So when 2018 does come around, it's something I can sort of know a little bit more about it. But until I sort of read into it a little bit more, that one's sort of on the back burner with Thor, really. I'm not particularly bothered about that. But Civil War, Doctor Strange, I think they're going to be my...
You've left quite an important one off there, Daniel.
Oh, the Avengers?
Well, yeah. You got obviously two-part Avengers, but Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. And that I'm actually probably more interested in than all the other sort of sideliners apart from Civil War. Because Guardians of the Galaxy is just fucking the best.
Also got Ant-Man next year as well.
Yeah. Obviously that's not included in this release thing, but we did talk about that on the previous one.
Yeah.
So that was already covered. But yeah, Ant-Man I'm looking forward to.
Basically got a couple. You got Ant-Man and Ultron next year. So that's 2. 2016's got 2. 2017's got 3. 2018's got 3. And 2019 has 1. So,
and these are just the Marvel ones.
Yeah, that's literally just Marvel. So that's
which means that superhero films seem to be taking the front run on releases, which means that you're going to have to come out with a hell of a film to, compete against Avengers 2 or Avengers 3 or 3 Part 2, or the Black Panther film or something like that.
One of the interesting bits for me, though, was the fact that this whole Marvel Phase 3 is bringing Thanos back into the mix.
Yeah.
Obviously, we saw Thanos at the end of Avengers Assemble, and then that was it. He wasn't heard from again. Josh Brolin, though, has been cast as Thanos, and they showed a bit of footage of Thanos wielding the gauntlet, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm looking forward to it, and until Batman v Superman is out, I'm more looking forward to Ultron, as we said.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, compared to, say, you know, Captain Marvel, Inhumans, all that sort of stuff, I'd much rather see a Suicide Squad than those.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have to, like, I'll tell you what we need to do, right? We need to get a list of all Marvel, all DC, and then put them in order of just fucking awesomeness.
Yeah.
And what we think is going to be the best ones, the highest grossing ones, and, you know, the highest received ones. See if we can make good on another prediction.
Oh, you're not an idiot now your cold's gone.
Thanks very much.
Speaking of DC, I have some DC news for you.
If it's anything to do with the Flash, Arrow, or Gotham, I already know.
Nope.
Oh, go on then.
Bleeding Court broke the news that Gotham might have inspired another superhero spin-off. This time involving Superman. No, don't say it, Dan.
I've got to, haven't I?
It's not Smallville.
It's got to be Smallville.
No.
Of course it is.
Well,
they did 7 seasons of Smallville.
Well, it's called Krypton.
Oh, for God's sake, it's going to be Jor-El, is it?
I think it's going to be one of them. It's like, yeah, you like Superman, don't you? Would you like to see a series about his dad?
Yeah.
It's like, Batman works because Jim Gordon is
still a main integral character.
He's a part of the Bat family.
Which I guess could also be said for Superman, but Jor-El is somebody that's dead, and he's always just played that kind of fatherly ghost figure that he could sort of acquire advice from as and when he needed it in the show and in the movies and obviously in the comics and stuff. So it was kind of nice to have that sort of scene in Man of Steel where they are on Krypton and he's fighting and stuff like that. He's supposed to be a scientist, but apparently he could just kill soldiers like there's nobody business. So, you know, don't worry about that.
It's just one of them.
Well, I honestly think that the main reason they put that in, everyone knows where he came from, everyone knows how he got there, everyone knows that his father's dead and the whole planet blew up, everyone already knows that. Even people who don't know anything about it, they know that.
Yeah.
I think they did it just so they could say, we need to put Krypton in.
Yeah.
No one's put Krypton in, we're going to put Krypton in. So what are we going to do? We can't just have him launching the rocket, he's got to kill people. So that's the sort of thing it's going to be. It's not just going to be, shit, the planet's about to blow up. Because it'll go on for 5 seasons, and the very last episode will be them firing Superman off.
Yeah. Same as my theory, well, it's not theory, but how I think Gotham will end. When it has run all its course and it's at the end of the final season, I think we'll see a bat signal.
There'll be some bat-related thing.
Yeah.
It's got to be, yeah.
It'll be. I don't think you'll see Batman himself, but I think it'll be the bat signal.
Well, I don't know, because I mean, you'd have to see Batman, because they wouldn't have, they wouldn't have a bat signal before Batman was pretty well introduced.
Yeah, but it's not. Gotham isn't canon, so it's not following a set principle.
True, but, Jim Gordon isn't going to be best mates with Bruce Wayne all of a sudden, and then he's going to have to disappear for a bunch of years, and then they're going to have to come back like 7 years later or something when he comes back, so it's going to be a new actor playing Bruce Wayne, and then he's going to have to jump him and say, listen, I've been away training, I'm going to be Batman now. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a signal, you can pop that on the roof of your police station, and then you can shine that into the sky, and then the season ends.
It might even just be it'll end with him, with Gordon somewhere, and he'll be like, Commissioner Gordon, I need to speak with you. And then you'll see like the back of the cowl or something.
Yeah, either that, or it's going to be, Bruce is going to be in the Batcave, and he's going to be like in front of the Bat Chamber, like the suit chamber thing, or something like that. I don't think it will be him gliding amongst the city streets and stuff. No. But there has to be something in there, otherwise people need that payoff. They need it at the end. It's the same with Smallville. There were 7 seasons, it was stupid, everyone that was in it was pointless, and they were just bad actors, but it all paid off when he put the...
Tom
he was... They were the only two. They were the only two. Except for maybe, what's her name?
Kristen Kirk.
No.
She was
I fucking hated her.
She's fit.
She may very well be, but she's in this same class of people like Deborah from Dexter and that woman that I was on about from Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They just kind of, they're put in there just to be that sort of annoying and tig, you know, and they just don't represent female lead characters well at all. They're just like, oh, they're just stupid and they can't figure anything out and they need to be rescued all the time and they're always getting kidnapped. It's bullshit. I hate them. I fucking hate them.
I bet you love Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
That's exactly it. It's just that kind of stereotype of, you know, they're fit, therefore they have no other purpose. At least Laurel in Arrow, they're trying to do something with her. You know, she was a DA, you know, she was a really powerful lawyer. Then she became an alcoholic, which still, again, gave her substance as a character. She was still stupid, annoying and whiny from time to time, but now...
that's my problem.
That's it, but now she's getting more interesting because she's saying, you know, let's be Black Canary. And that's an interesting twist on it.
Yeah, but she should have been training before now. I'm like, I'm going to train to be a boxer. Now I can fight crime.
Well,
doesn't matter that Sarah was trained by the League of Assassins.
Well, maybe
Look at Thea.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
She needs training, not boxing training. Oh, I mean
Thea's in the same thing. She was so annoying.
See, I don't mind Thea, but
nah,
I don't like her random lisp that just pops up now and then.
No, I don't like the fact that all these sort of... they're literally all the characters that will be in tears in about 10 minutes of talking to them. And that genuinely annoys me, because it's just like, no one's like this. No one with this position of power, in whatever it is, whether they're a police officer, or they work as a lawyer, or a doctor, or a crime fighter, or whatever, they don't just burst into tears every few minutes.
To be fair, Laurel had just lost her sister.
No, like I say, Laurel, they've kind of been working on it.
Well, in all fairness, to prove your point right, look at Ollie, look at Oliver.
Your best mate, are you?
Yeah, we go way back.
Alright, yeah.
He is basically solid. Like he says to Felicity when after Sarah's died, spoilers, but you shouldn't listen to this. You know for a fact we're going to talk about Arrow at some point on every podcast.
Probably, yeah.
When Felicity's like asking him like why he's not crying over Sarah and stuff, and he's like, I don't have the luxury of being human. And it's like, Oliver Queen is his identity.
Yeah.
Whereas he is Green Arrow. That's I think it's quite a nice.
Yeah, but I mean, those as TV shows do work, but Krypton before Superman, that is something that I could never see working. I'm sorry.
I will watch it. Same way as I did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll watch 3 or 4 episodes, and if it gets no better, I won't watch it again.
That again, that's just proved my point from earlier. You know, as soon as you get a Thor film, all the civilian characters are just not interesting.
Yeah.
Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., exactly the same. There weren't any kind of superheroes in it at all. It was boring.
Well, if someone said, we're going to have a new Avengers film coming out, and everyone's like, well, yeah, but there's going to be no Avengers in it. It's going to be, you're going to have Clive, the office worker, you're going to have Jules, the street cleaner.
Yeah.
And they all come together to create more jobs in the city.
Yeah, it's just like Avengers, admin behind the scenes. And it's just like all the people who like fly the helicarrier and like have to cater to everyone and repair all the damage that the Hulk's done. Ooh.
Episode 16, Steve calls in sick.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just not interesting. You need big, powerful characters that can come in and blow stuff up. And
well, Gotham.
You know.
Gotham isn't, I mean, obviously Batman doesn't have like super villains and stuff per se, like they have no, with the exception of like Solomon Grundy and people, you don't necessarily have powers. But Gotham can have characters like the Penguin and Fish Mooney and Falcone. They are all big characters, and you can comfortably have them in a show like Gotham, and that's why, personally, I think that's why it works. And same as Arrow, they've got a huge archive of characters that they can like pull out and use. And the fact that Arrow himself is a decent enough character.
But that's the thing though, like, because they're sort of like human heroes and they don't have superpowers, they're kind of enemies are usually at a similar sort of trait, you know.
Yeah.
There's Deathstroke and Deadshot and, you know, all those kind of ones. They're just incredibly well-trained people.
Oh, with the exception
they're just
of Deathstroke.
experts.
Obviously, you had the Mirakuru.
Yeah, well, in Arrow we did, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying in Arrow.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, it's basically the same sort of thing for everyone, though. You know, they're just very well trained, and they're very good at what they do. That's what it is. With Superman, though, they're not just very well trained people, because very well trained people he would destroy.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Well, apparently Lex Luthor, you know, he's the exception to the rule, although he's supposed to be the smartest man.
But I haven't got a problem with Luthor in the new Batman v Superman film. I thought it's good at Dawn of Justice. Providing he has his thingy suit.
His mech suit. Armour or whatever.
But he wouldn't have that because he's never met Superman yet.
Well,
so if he,
I don't know.
This is something
we did talk. Yeah, this is something we talked about before. It would have to be on the same basis of Batman having his armoured suit. Lex Luthor would see Zod and Superman destroy Metropolis and think, shit, I'm going to need to take this guy out. I'm going to need to make something. Batman would have done the same thing and gone, shit, this guy's really big. If he turns and starts fucking people up, I'm going to need something to take him down.
But Batman already had experience with the amount of power that Superman had.
Not by Man of Steel, it didn't.
No, not Man of Steel, but I mean, in the comics, like Batman's like bat armor is created to withstand Superman's abilities. But at the same time, though, it's always stated that Superman never fights to his fullest with Batman.
Well, no, because he's his friend.
Yeah, but so technically, Batman's power armor can't actually withstand all of Superman's powers if he doesn't know how powerful he is.
Yeah, you've just got it's obviously very clever, as is Lex, you know, so they can make a lot of assumptions, you know, off the things.
Plus, they both fall back on kryptonite anyway.
Well, yeah. Plus, that's the go-to thing. Yeah,
but that doesn't exist in Man of Steel.
No, but to be honest, a TV show I think is still going to fall apart. They're going to drag it out for 30 episodes a season, and it's going to go for 12 seasons, and nothing's going to happen except Jor-El and what's his mum's name? Lara?
Fucking hell. I can't remember. I don't care.
Anyway, his mother, it's just going to be them moaning at all the people in charge of Krypton saying, oh, the planet's going to blow up.
Come and wash these dishes. And he's just slobbing out in front of the telly.
It's going to be rubbish.
Unless they do it basically Superman, but it's Jor-El. Because obviously they have the same powers. Well,
not on Krypton they don't.
Not technically, no, because obviously he gets his power from the sun. Exactly.
So on Krypton, that's why on Krypton they were shooting each other, because they don't have powers on their own planet. Yeah. Which means that no one's going to be flying about, no one's going to be running at super speed or shooting lasers out of their eyes. Everyone is just a person, relatively speaking. There's nothing special about them apart from what they do.
It's going to be
scientists and stuff.
Without dinosaurs.
Yeah. If that's even the road they go down, you know, if it's sort of the, you know, colonising other planets, or the first time they visit Earth, or, you know, they'll have to do it something with Earth. You know, it can't just be set on the other side of the galaxy and no mention of us whatsoever. It just wouldn't work.
I don't care. Anyway, let's move on. Because I'm not looking forward to that. And that's bummed me down from the Marvel Phase 3 high I was on.
Well, that's it. I mean, remember how excited we were when it was like Gotham, you know, it's going to be a Batman TV show. You go, oh my god, another Batman show. This is going to be amazing. As soon as someone says it's going to be a Superman TV show, you go, it's going to be like Smallville, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just going to be a piece of shit.
See, Smallville, they should have ended it a lot sooner than they did.
I remember I was watching it up until about the 5th season, and then it was just like Supergirl turned up, and it's just like, oh, fuck off.
It was... I watched pretty much every season, I'll be honest, but I lost interest after probably about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, I've watched it this far, I may as well carry on.
I bet they're absolutely kicking themselves now, Warner Brothers, because if they'd had given it to, is it AMC that's doing... CBS? I'm not sure. But that's doing Flash and the Arrow.
Yeah.
They'd have given them the rights to do that instead. It would have been much fucking better.
Probably. Well, they wanted Batman to come into smaller, didn't they? But because the Nolan films were on the horizon, they didn't want to. They wouldn't allow them to have Batman in there.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What could possibly get you more viewers, more interest in films that are coming out, is by having a big character like Superman and Batman on the same screen at the same time.
Speaking of TV, though, they're making an X-Men TV show.
As long as it's a cartoon.
No, live action.
Of course it's not. Why would it be?
But
you know,
I'll also put big, massive hunks of cash on that it's not going to be like Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean Grey. You're going to have a Professor X, and then you're going to have it's going to be like X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Like having
so it's
the
just
younger
like
ones.
Yeah,
But
it's like the newest
Cyclops
generation.
in them.
No, but they'll be there as sort of like instructor, teacher types.
Possibly, yeah.
So you'll get like Kitty Pryde, Iceman, maybe a young Nightcrawler,
I reckon
Quicksilver,
so. Spike.
Ah,
Could be good.
No.
When Smallville was on, I really wanted an X-Men TV show.
no,
Give it time.
no.
Anyway.
No, it's on the same thing as Teen Titans. It can't be live action. It's too good as a cartoon. They found their format, and they should fucking well stick to it.
Yeah, but more people watch live action.
Well, people are fucking idiots.
I apologise on behalf of the nation. Anyway, moving on from that, PlayStation 4 2.0 update is now live everywhere.
How are you finding it?
It's alright. You've got my favourite feature, which I haven't actually used yet, is the new share feature, in which you can basically virtually hand over the controller to someone, as long as it's on your friends list obviously, anywhere in the world, and they can carry on playing even if they don't own the game.
Listen to that, Microsoft. People sharing for free
Yeah.
on the internet. Can you imagine such a crazy thing?
It's almost as if you could try a game and then go and buy it.
It's almost as if they care about the people who buy their products.
I wouldn't go that far.
What sort of batshit crazy world are we living in now?
April Fool. The 2.0 update, eat your money.
Yeah, it just makes sense. It says, oh, I've got Evil Within.
Yeah.
Do you want to play it for a bit? And you go, yeah, I'll give it half an hour. And you play, you think, shit, this is actually really good. I'm going to go and buy it now.
Yeah.
Bang, another customer.
Because you can do it as long as you like. You have to have breaks between, so you'd have like an hour. You'd stop the stream, because it's essentially a stream, and then just invite them again, and they can carry on playing. So if you just paused it, stopped it, did it again, then they could unpause it, and they could carry on. I think it's a really cool feature, and as I'm not sure if we said it on a podcast or it was just me and you talking, that it could be really interesting if, say, you were streaming over Twitch or Ustream, and people are watching, and you're failing on a bit, part of a game, and someone just comments up and says, I've done this bit, I'll do it for you, and you hand over them the controller and they do it for you. Everyone, it's like single player, multiplayer.
Yeah,
It
is like
really
a
cool.
cooperative multiplayer, so people can get involved if they want to.
Yeah.
So it's nice to give people the option. I mean, obviously, I don't think me or you would use something like that. I
You haven't got
wouldn't want to give
PS4.
control of anything. Well, no, even if I did, it's not a feature that I would use, because I wouldn't want to give control of something that I'm doing and playing to somebody else who'll just go and do it for
I
me.
don't think I'd do it per se. The example I've just given, I'd rather just figure something out myself. Worst to worst, I'll just look on the internet. But as for trying a game, games are expensive these days. And I've been playing Evil Within, and I love it. And I know quite a few people who are like, I don't know whether to get Alien Isolation or Evil Within. And it's alright me saying, I love Evil Within, I think you should get it, because they might not like it, and then they've spent like £48 upwards for no reason. They could try it, and then they could say, well, to be fair, these people I know in person said they could just come around and do it, but
True, but not everyone has that option.
yeah. So I think it's a really nice feature, and it's kind of futuristic-y.
It's this whole kind of Watch Dogs, everyone can interact with each other kind of thing, which is a cool concept, and it could go well, or it could really annoy people.
It might just be a feature that's nobody ever uses, but it's a feature.
Possibly, yeah.
It's an option that's there. It's the same as the sharing feature in general. If you don't stream, you don't have to. They're not going to force you to stream your game, but if you want to, it's there. I mean, granted, most people use it just to get the tits out and stuff, but if you actually wanted to use it what it's designed for and stream your games via the PlayStation or via the Xbox, then it's there. Speaking of the Xbox, you can get themes on the Xbox now. Like you could on the PS3 and
like you can on the 360,
PlayStation Vita, and everything else.
I've got a Star Trek Into Darkness theme on my 360.
I don't even know what's on mine.
I don't know what the difference between a theme on a 360 and a theme on an Xbox would be, but
because it came a year later.
I don't care, Callum.
I don't. However, what I do care about is Sunset Overdrive is amazing.
Really?
Yeah. I got to play like about 10 minutes. I've only literally played about 10 or 15 minutes of it. But it was really fun. Not fun enough to buy an Xbox One.
Fun enough to buy the game.
Yeah, if I had an Xbox One, I'd definitely buy it. Well, I wouldn't even think about it, I'd just go and get it. It's really good.
Yeah, well, 10-15 minutes of anything, it could seem pretty good.
Yeah, this is literally... I mean, to be fair, it's got I think it's an 82 or an 84 on Metacritic, so it's pretty good.
That's pretty fair, yeah.
But still not worthy of a warrant of a purchase.
As far as I'm concerned, nothing that's out so far as yet. So I'm happy with saving up and getting a new GTX card, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd say money's more better spent there. Plus, with the exception of Sunset Overdrive, all the Xbox One exclusives are on PC.
Yeah,
and
they're all. I can get them anyway.
And
so
I'll be honest, give it a couple of months, and I dare say Sunset Overdrive would make it there.
You heard it here first. Sunset Overdrive PC.
I'll be even more honest. The way the developers have been talking, it might actually make its way to PS4 as well.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
So, I don't know.
That is literally, apart from Forza, their entire exclusive line was just falling apart.
Oh, Halo. That's all they've got left now.
Oh, fuck Halo.
Tomb Raider's timed exclusive.
As everyone. Well, I'll tell you what, no one, or not everyone, should I say, thought that. They were just like, oh my god, Xbox One, Tomb Raider, I'm never going to buy Tomb Raider again, fuck Square Enix, blah, 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 fuck Ubisoft. And then it's just like, well, actually, it's only going to be for like 6 months.
We
and
said
then
that,
everyone
though.
Buy it.
Of course we did. We said it was
because we're not fucking stupid. Yeah.
I'll be honest. By the time it comes out, there's going to be more games anyway. So PS4 owners and PC owners and Wii U owners, they're not going to give a fuck.
Nope.
Wii U's got Smash Brothers, and obviously Mario Kart's still out and it's still amazing.
I'll tell you what, when you pick up Smash Brothers, I'm going to pop down.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a bit of bowling.
Oh, yeah, we'll play. We'll play Smash Bros. Yeah, because it's going to be amazing.
Definitely. Who could go wrong with Smash Bros?
I know you disagree. Not with Smash Bros, but Bayonetta 2's out. It's Wii U only. And it's got a Metacritic of 98. So that is more than PS4 and Xbox One exclusives. I know you hate Bayonetta, Dan, but, you know, to give it a chance. And if you haven't played the first Bayonetta, you get it free with Bayonetta 2 as well, so...
Well, that's all we've got time for. Thanks for joining. Callum's ended it on another shit note, yet again, talking about fucking Bayonetta.
Bayonetta's cool, man.
Bollocks Bayonetta,
It's cool.
She can suck a dick.
She probably does. But...
She can suck all the dicks.
She probably has. Wii U exclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is all we've got really. If you haven't played Evil Within, I massively recommend it.
A friend of mine from work, he bought it from Game, and he got a cardboard box with his, an Evil Within cardboard box that you put on your head while you're playing it, which I thought was excellent.
I got a season pass free with mine.
I'd take the box, to be honest.
I wouldn't. The season pass is £15.
Well, the box is just fucking, you can put stuff in it. You can, put a cat in it.
What if you haven't got a cat? What if you haven't got a cat or stuff?
You have a shit in it.
What if you've already been before the posts come? Put your post in.
Post in it. But yeah, it was just kind of like a tunnel vision kind of thing, so it would block out all sort of external sound apart from what was going on. So it's just kind of a cool thing that he got when he was there. But he came back with this fucking massive carry bag, and I was just like, what the hell are you doing with that? And he's just like, yep, got this big cardboard box with it.
But
okay.
Could I not make that myself?
Probably, yeah. But it's just the fact that he got it free. I thought it was quite nice.
It's funny, if anything.
Well, yeah, it's a cool little gift, rather than just, here's a drone.
I'd rather have a drone, if I'm honest.
Actually, yeah, no, I'd probably rather a drone. Anyway, yeah. What else is going to be showing up on the channel?
We have, there'll be some Evil Within videos coming up.
Through the new PS4 streaming feature, cool.
Yes, should be, obviously I've got it on PlayStation 4, so that is what you'll be playing on. And I will point out, I can't get my head around, right? The cutscenes are fucking turd. It looks like not turd, but it looks like a PS3 360 game. But the in-game graphics are better than the cutscenes.
Oh.
Because it started and I was like, this looks nowhere near as good as I thought it was going to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, graphics aren't everything anyway. It could look shit as long as it's a good game. I don't particularly care.
Yeah.
But then when you actually start playing it, it's totally different. The graphic, like the lighting effects and everything, are so good. And then a cutscene will come back on again. It's mainly in the day. If it's in the day, the cutscenes look turd. The darker cutscenes aren't so bad. It's just quite weird. It was really weird. You'd expect it to be the other way around.
You're probably wanking too much. That's probably what it is.
Hey, I don't get it.
I don't know. It affects your eyes. It affects the frame rate and screening.
Oh, exactly. I wonder if that's why you get a cardboard box. If he walked in with his hand down his trousers, they're like, oh, he needs a box. He's one of them.
Yeah, it's just like, oh god, just put this on your head for God's sake and get out.
It doesn't help that I'm doing it while I'm playing. So it is massively hard though. I'd actually go as far as saying.
Is it?
It's on par with Donkey Kong.
Really?
Yeah, it's very hard.
That's a bar right there.
What I'm looking forward to is when you finish the game, it tells you how many times you've died, and I'm chapter 6, I think, chapter 5 or 6, and I dare say I'm close to 80 odd times.
Wow.
But I knew it was hard, and I still put it on the highest difficulty. Like an
well,
idiot.
That's the only way you're going to really feel a sense of achievement when you finish it.
Well, from what I've heard, it doesn't make the only massive difference is there's literally next to no ammo or anything. But there's not a lot on easy anyway. So I don't think it makes much difference. Maybe they take more hits on the higher difficulty. I don't know, but it's very good. I'm very happy with it. We also have a somewhat video of a game called The Hunter.
Yeah, this is something that we may have previously mentioned. I'm not entirely sure, but it's something we sort of came across a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Well, last year before. Maybe.
Yeah. But it's a free to play. Now they've included multiplayer, but it's kind of like a hunting simulator kind of thing. So we went on that and just had a bit of play about on that. So yeah, fucking deers. So that should be up soon, hopefully.
Pretty soon.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
What else is coming out?
We have some more Minecraft.
We do.
And going back to my spin-off series, Minosaurs, and Dan's spin-off series, Magicraft. Basically, I am running a dinosaur park. I have one dinosaur, and Dan is learning to be the next Hermione Granger. His words, not mine. No, they was my words.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. It's something that I didn't think would work, if I'm honest. But it really does. It's me personally. I'm actually learning things, so I really enjoy it.
Well, anything to get your brain.
But it works both ways though, because you don't know, except for the stuff that you've actually, because Dan has helped me with some of the stuff on mine. But barring the few things that Dan's had a hand in on mine, he doesn't know anything about the fossils and the DNA and the various bits that play a part in creating the dinosaurs and stuff. And I know next to nothing. I say next to nothing. I know nothing about the magic aspect.
Yeah, but the magic is really interesting actually. There's a lot of kind of spells and rituals, which means you need to time things like to certain points in the day. Things going to be exposed to sunlight, and you can summon things to kill them to get bits to make other things. So it's going to be interesting. But the thing is, though, I don't think at any point we've ever done anything towards sort of magic. We haven't done any potion brewing. We haven't done anything like that at all. We've always gone solar power, wind power, nuclear generators, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's kind of cool. We're taking the science step up a bit to cloning and DNA and all that sort of good stuff.
So you learn,
and then we're also taking a sidestep into nature and magic and witches and stuff. So yeah,
on the hope
awesome.
that we can create a warlock velociraptor.
I think that's in the new update. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that one.
And we have some more DayZ coming up, and somewhat of a surprise. More so for me, less so for Dan. We're going to do Star Trek Online.
Oh, are we?
I've downloaded it now.
Oh, hooray! Yay! Star Trek Online! Woo!
It'll probably be a one-off.
It won't. It will be as often as we're doing Star Wars Online.
We've done one of them.
Well, we've still got to do.
And it was a dance-off.
We've got to. Well, I've actually gone back and done more on it, so you need to catch the fuck up again.
As always.
Well, yeah, but it's part of the whole season of teaching Cal about MMOs and getting him involved and interested. So he's only done Transformers on his own so far, and he thought that was a piece of shit.
Yes, it was.
Yep, and I'm going to try and introduce him to some new ones and see how we can.
I've actually played 2 MMOs.
PlanetSide and Transformers.
4 MMOs. No, I mean I actually enjoyed.
Oh, go on.
DC Universe. We played that a lot, man.
We did, and it is pretty.
I actually played it the other day as well.
I need to update it.
I made Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah.
With a little robot arm and everything.
No, it's just
Oh.
I made Green Arrow, but I couldn't quite get the green I wanted, so I was like, I'll just make him red. So I did that. DayZ is an MMO.
No, it's not.
I'd class it as an MMO.
Well, it's not at all.
Why?
MMOs are massively multiplayer online. World of Warcraft is an MMO. PlanetSide is an MMO. Defiance is an MMO.
Yeah, but
Star Trek Online.
What defines?
Because
there's this. Because that's all online.
Because it's just servers. Like you could just have a server. You could have a modded.
Oh yeah,
you could have the DayZ.
You could play it just me and you, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's something that you don't really have control of. It's just something that a large amount of people that populate at one specific time in different instances.
All right, then I played 2 that I like. PlanetSide and DC.
Yeah, but we'll be looking at some more. Maybe get a free trial on StarCraft or something like that. Like one of the big ones like Eve or Evo. Or
I've played Eve Online as well.
Yeah, that
That's
one. Yeah,
all right.
See how that one goes. So yeah, we'll be looking at that for a bit more. We'll also be updating all the podcasts onto YouTube, which some of you may have already seen.
Yeah,
there's been a bit of a miss there, which we've totally forgotten about somehow. Unfortunately,
we basically just forgot to put them on YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you do follow the Twitter, or you happen to just stumble across the YouTube channel and you haven't been on it before, the podcasts might be slightly out of order.
But they were date ordered when we made them in the first place.
Yeah.
So like I've just put one up now for the Deadpool movie. That was on time when we actually recorded it for when the Deadpool movie news was released.
Yeah.
So it's not just something we've done now as if we fucking just missed all the hype completely.
It's like when I can't remember what I was doing now, but I just happened to go on Twitter, and it had this podcast for Player Episode 28, Microsoft buys Minecraft. So I was like, yeah, I best put a tweet up about this podcast archive. People are like, fucking hell, these guys are behind.
Yeah, just a little bit. But it's something we'll get rectified
Yeah.
in the next couple of days anyway.
I'm also doing some Payday videos.
Oh, yeah.
I started playing Payday, and I pulled off a heist the other day.
Oh, well
So
done.
that was pretty impressive, because it was very hard.
I'll tell you what I am looking forward to, though. The Arrow talk about that we've been doing for 9 months now or something.
I'm going to level with you guys. We recorded a season 3. Well, season 2 had just ended, and we were getting ready for season. Well, we wasn't getting ready for season 3, but we was all excited about season 3 starting. So we did a Arrow discussion, like wrapping up season 1 and 2, and I may have forgotten all about it. So I haven't yet to upload it. So my bad.
Yes.
I'll get on that though before the end of season 3.
Before the end of season 3, we're 3 into it at the moment.
No, it'll be up. Don't worry, it'll be up.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
on the list.
I did quite like that Arrow one, so I'm thinking we should do one for Gotham, we should do one for Flash, we should do one for Walking Dead. Basically all the series that we're actually watching at the moment. I think we should do.
Have you watched New Walking Dead?
I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't
man,
no.
it's good.
Well, that's the thing. We need to do a sort
Spoiler
of like,
alert.
maybe a couple of days afterwards, yeah, and give it big spoiler alerts and stuff.
It was
and
all a dream.
Good old chat about that.
They wake up and they were all in a coma. It was all a dream.
Yeah, so it just goes back to the first episode when he's in hospital, except that he just wakes up and there's all the nurses around saying, "You're right. You look like you're having a bit of a nightmare." there." It's like,
You've been out for at least 20 minutes.
Where's my lover, Daryl? Season 6, everyone. Sneak previews.
Get ready for it.
Oh yeah.
Rick Grimes gets dirty.
The hot, grimy action.
Oh,
Like it.
I can see the
Oh,
billboards and everything.
Oh yeah.
It's just Daryl with a crossbow between his ass cheeks. But we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks for listening. Check out the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/podcast versus player. That's got all our videos on. It's got all the podcasts on. There's news on there. Check out the website, which is www.podcastversusplayer.com or .co.uk. That's not because we don't know which it is. It's both.
We're trying to be cool.
Yeah, we're just greedy. Follow us on Twitter at PodcastVPlayer, and you can email us at Dan. Let's see if you get it right this week.
It's playervpodcast@gmail.com.
Well done, Dan. Well done.
Hooray for me.
You've surpassed yourself.
Oh, thanks very much.
You have 3 words to end this podcast. Any
Okay.
3 words that come into your head now.
Stinky Otter Cox.
You heard it here first. The new Marvel Phase 4. Alright, thanks for listening.
Teen Titans.
Oh, yes. Yes.